Hello all, today we're going to talk about Cardano cash out strategy. During the bull run, this is going to be similar to the VeChain cash out strategy during the bull run, but it's obviously going to be at different price points. Now, if you bought Cardano in MinSwap, the cash out strategy is going to be different, and I'll briefly explain that right now. When you cash out between a liquidity pair, you always have to pay attention to the ratio of the DEX coin to your main coin, which is Cardano. So let's say, just for numbers' sake, you bought Cardano at 150 and MinSwap. Well, let's say you bought Cardano at $2 and MinSwap at 40 cents. That ratio is 5-to-1. When you actually cash out, you probably want to swap out to Cardano and then cash out. So you want more Cardano than you came in with. So the thing is, you want that ratio to be less than 5-to-1. So let's say if MinSwap's at 60 cents and then Cardano's at $2, then you would basically cash that out and you would probably get like 20-30% more Cardano than you originally came in with when you swap for MinSwap. So you gotta pay attention to that ratio, because if you don't pay attention to that ratio, you will come out with less Cardano than you went in with, and that's not a good idea. It's the same thing with any other DEX pair on Cardano or otherwise. You want to make sure the ratio of your, like your primary coin and your secondary coin favors the secondary coin, so that you will get more of your primary coin when you actually cash out. It's a very simple concept: impermanent loss, impermanent gains. I did a video about Cardano and MinSwap earlier. You should actually watch that if you're interested in why Cardano and MinSwap could possibly make you rich. Now, for Cardano itself, the max price of Cardano, the all-time high, is around $3.30. That was back in 2021, obviously, and it's been a long time since then. And so people have bought at prices way under $3.30. For me, myself, I bought at 4 cents like 4 or 5 years ago, and I haven't really cashed out. So I'm actually in the profit regardless what happens with Cardano. Yes, there was that whole phishing thing, but that's nothing to do with like trading or price guessing. So overall, like with the Cardano I am way above right now, but I am still waiting for the bull run because I'm pretty sure it will happen. And I think Cardano with its DeFi will actually benefit. And the thing is, like with Cardano and MinSwap right now, realistically, I think a smaller coin like MinSwap will rise faster than Cardano. MinSwap is active, and I don't think you'll have any real problem cashing out at a better ratio than you actually went in with. But that being said, for ADA itself, let's say you bought at 40 cents. If you bought anywhere under 50 cents, you should look at cashing out at $1, about half your stack. So we're going to use 40 cents as kind of a guideline. If you bought in at 40 cents and you bought 10,000 ADA, you spent $4,000 on buying ADA. You should cash out 50% at $1, and that you already get $5,000 out of a $4,000 investment, and you still have half your stack. So not only are you playing with house money now, you have $1,000 extra dollars. Now you have to pay taxes on that $1,000 extra dollars. You don't have to pay taxes on the entire $5,000 because you only pay taxes on profit. So you'll have $1,000 extra dollars of profit plus the 4,000 back. And then, when you're playing with house money after this point, you can be a lot more brave because you can't lose money and you still have your original stack plus $1,000 regardless. If you bought it at 50 cents, you should still cash out the same at $1. You just won't have any profits, but you'll at least get your stack back. If you bought it at above 50 cents, you should actually look at cashing out 50% at twice your buy-in price. Now, if you bought in, more than half of the all-time high, you should look to cash out just below the all-time high a little bit, maybe 50-40% of your stack. And that's because there's going to be resistance at the all-time high. There might be a drop back, and there might be a chance for some swing trading. And plus, the all-time high is a good benchmark, so you want at least some of your money back then. Hopefully you didn't buy at all your stack at the all-time high, but I think only a couple of people did. So that doesn't apply to most people. So after, let's say you bought in at 40 cents, you cash out 50% at $1, you have $1,000 in profits, and then all your money back. The next cash out you should be looking at is probably around $2, and should cash out 10% of the stack at $2, netting you an extra $2,000. So that's $2,000 of pure profit. Then at $3, you're nearing the all-time high. You should cash out 20% at $3, and that gives you an extra $6,000. $6,000. So now you only have 20% of the stack left. And at that point, I would wait for a really high price, namely $6 to $7, because I do think Cardano will actually peak at some time between $5 to $10. If you think Cardano will peak before then, obviously you need to cash out the other 20% before the $6 to $7. But I'm going to guess it's going to be $5 to $10 in terms of Cardano peak in the next bull run, based on the DeFi expansion and based on Cardano expansion itself. So at $7, I would cash out another 10%, and that nets me $7,000 in profit. And then if it reaches around $10, you might want to cash out at $9.99, $9.98, whatever. You know what I'm getting at. You would cash out the last 10%, and that would net you $10,000. How much profit does that actually net you? Quite a lot. The total cash out on a $4,000 investment would be $30,000, or the total profit on that $4,000 investment would be $26,000 from a $4,000 initial investment, and that would almost get you around 7x. Well, about 6.5x in total profits, about 7.5x if you're talking about ROI. And that is a pretty nice profit for a top 10 coin. Remember, yes, you can wait for $7 to cash out the entire stack or $10 to cash out the entire stack, and that would net you more. But there's no guarantee that you'll get to $7 or $10. This way, as long as it gets to $1, which I'm fairly sure it will, this is not financial advice, by the way, you do your own type of research on that. I'm fairly sure it will get to $1. And even if it gets to $1, if you don't cash any of the other stuff out, you will actually get $1,000 in profit. So you got to make sure you have some profit. You can't just hang on forever and try to sell out at the top, because you will not be able to time the exact top. And if you miss the exact top, selling on the way down is painful, because we all know these bull runs drop horrendously fast once they peak. So at least being sure to get that $1 cash out and getting $1,000 of profit, and then being able to reinvest that profit into another coin for the next bull run, that is very, very key for a long-term crypto strategy investing success. Don't wait to sell everything at the peak, but DCA out over time. And that'll guarantee you more seed money for the next bull run. If you're only investing $4,000, you shouldn't be expecting to make $1 million this bull run, at least not safely. You can go for those meme coins, but most likely you'll just lose $4,000. You should be looking to get 30, 40,000, 20, 30, 40,000 this bull run out of that $40,000, and then make several hundred thousand, possibly up to $1 million in the next bull run, and then reinvesting, all these coins are going to fall substantially from their bull run highs. Like if Cardano reaches $7, it might fall to like 50 cents next time, and then you can pick up stuff at 50 cents. Remember, if you bought it at 40, 50 cents, you didn't buy the exact bottom. The exact bottom's around 25, 26 cents, and could actually fall some more. But if you picked up some coins at 40 cents, you are picking it up at a fairly low price compared to what it will be in the next bull run. And this is really regardless of Cardano, if the SEC mentioned it in any kind of lawsuits, because DeFi doesn't really pay that much attention to lawsuits. Your TVL, that's from across the world, and that's via a DEX. So I don't really think it'll be as affected as if you're just waiting for a company like Ripple to basically moon you via ODL, because that locked money is real physical, like a hard counter to basically any type of coin not mooning. And these coins with big ecosystems like Cardano's developing are probably going to do better regardless if there's a lawsuit or not. If you don't have DeFi, then you're basically just begging the company to promote your coin and trying to get utility adoption to actually moon the coin. If you have DeFi, there's internal adoption and internal utility within the coin to generate yield itself. And people in a bull run or in a bear market will actually want to generate yield. And that desire to generate yield will actually make people hold the coin more, thereby pushing the price up regardless of SEC lawsuit or not. There is also the fact that Charles Hodgkinson said the SEC won't go after Cardano, especially if they lose the Coinbase suit, because Cardano doesn't really have an ICO in the United States they can go after. There's that, but I actually don't think that'll affect it much. I think if Coinbase wins the lawsuit, the SEC is basically just screwed right now. So based on that, I do think you will want a very nice tiered cash out. That's why I have a couple of really low goals at $1 or $2 to actually cash out some money to get your money back, plus some easy profits. And then the rest at $3, $7, and $10 are if the price of Cardano reaches that much. And remember, like, it's not a one-shot thing for one cycle. You just need to be able to make some money each cycle. And you do want coins that have reached a new all-time high every single cycle. You don't want a coin that's just stagnating and hasn't reached its all-time high from the previous cycle. And I do believe Cardano will actually reach that. So yeah, the cash out the cash out points are once again 50% at $1, assuming that you bought under 50 cents, 10% more at $2, 20% more at $3, 10% at $7, and 10% at $10. You could also break that up at 10% at $3 and maybe 10% at $5, depending on your appetite for risk tolerance. But I'm just assuming that you have average risk tolerance and you actually want to be sure to nab some profits this time around and not wait for the exact top. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Continue to follow Cardano on Twitter, YouTube, or whatever. Look for those updates and look for those development updates and DeFi updates. And I will see you guys later.